Good morning, students. Welcome to online classes. Dear students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is Money and Banking, from book Introductory Macroeconomics. So our chapter is Money and Banking. So in this chapter we are going to cover the following topics. First one is what is money? Define money. Definition of money. Okay. Now second one, functions of money. What are the functions of money? Next, different types of money, such as high powered money, legal tender money, fiat money. Classification of money into different parts: legal tender money, optional money, fiat money, high powered money, all these things. Now here I mentioned the functions of money, 4 functions. Next we will read supply of money. What is meant by supply of money? So these topics we are going to cover in this chapter and in this video. Students, from examination point of view also, this chapter is very important. Few questions will be asked. So please be attentive, watch the video carefully, listen to the lecture. So first we will start with what is money. I will give number of definitions. Whichever is suitable for you, you can adopt and write it. So here is the definition. Money. Money is defined as anything which is commonly used and generally accepted by all the members of the society. I repeat, anything which is commonly used and accepted by all the members of the society as a medium of exchange, measure of value and store of value is called money. And nobody have right to reject it. So I repeat once again, anything which is commonly used and generally accepted by all the members of the society as a medium of exchange, measure of value, store of value is called money, and nobody have right to reject it is called money. Another definition, money is anything that has the general acceptability. Everybody should accept. So money is anything that has a general acceptability as a common medium of exchange and as a common measure of value of the commodities. Another definition, money refers to a thing which is generally accepted as a medium of exchange and acts as measure of value and also store of value. Another definition, money is defined as anything that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange and at the same time acts as measure of value and also store of value is called money. So this is about money. And before the money came into existence, students, there was barter system, and it is money that has replaced the barter system which was prevailing in our ancient or primitive societies. Generally the barter system is deleted from the syllabus, but still I am telling what is barter system. Barter system refers to the exchange of goods for goods. Barter system refers to exchange of goods for goods, or in other words, it refers to direct exchange of goods and services with another. The direct exchange of goods and services with another good and services, the direct exchange is called barter system, which was prevalent in our primitive societies. And with the coming of money, when money came into existence, barter system was replaced. Now, students, there are four functions of money. Function of money, there are four functions of money. What are the four functions of money? Generally, it may be asked in the examination, though it was not given exactly in our textbook, NCERT textbook, but still it may be asked. So there are four functions of money. One is, money is acting as medium of exchange. Any good and service can be exchanged with the help of money. Money made it easy for all the transactions, all the exchanges. So it acts as a medium of exchange. Second one, measure of value. Any product, any commodity, any service can be easily measured in terms of money. That's what is called measure of value. Clear? The third one, store of value. Money is having the quality of store of value. If you store money for future, it will not be spoiled. It will rather increase. That's why most of the people, almost all people, they are saving some money and they're depositing in the banks, and the banks in return is giving them what? Dividends, interest along with the principal amount. Moreover, we are getting what? Security to our money. So store value. If you store money, its value will increase. Suppose today you store 10,000, tomorrow 20,000. So if you store money, it will increase. You will get dividend, interest. It will not be spoiled. Like our food, we store food for 3-4 days, same food, it will be spoiled, it will be rotten. But unlike food, money will rather increase, it will not be deteriorated. Now, standard of deferred payments. What does standard of deferred payment means? What is the meaning of standard of deferred payments? And money is acting as this function. That means money can be utilized for all future payments. It can be used for all future payments. The money can be used for your future education purpose, marriage purpose, okay, or any tour purpose, or paying salaries, wages purpose. So money is used as a standard deferred payments. Clear, students? So these are the four functions of money. Now coming to here, our next topic, types of money. So students, first I want to say, generally money is classified into two categories, or broadly given two types. One is legal tender money, second is optional money. Legal tender money means what? Legal tender money means what? The money which is sanctioned by the RBI or by the government, which is having legal sanction behind it, and nobody can refuse that money, that thing as money. Everybody has to accept because it is having legal sanction. So legal tender money means what? The money which is provided by the RBI or having legal sanction by the government, which has to be accepted by everyone in the society. Nobody have right to reject, is called legal tender money. Now second is, example, our currency notes, coins, etc. Whereas optional money is that money which is not real money. It appears as money, it appears as money, but it's not real money. It depends upon this money, this optional money depends upon mutual trust and faith. If you think it is money, it is money. If you think it is a paper, it is paper. For example, here demand drafts, checks, bonds, debentures, hundis. Okay, all these things are what? Optional money. Even our bank cards, credit cards, all will come under what? Optional money. Now under the types of money, first is what? High powered money. What is meant by high powered money? Listen students, what is meant by high powered money? High powered money or monetary base, high powered money, or we can say monetary base refers to the total liability of the monetary authority of the country. I repeat once again, high powered money or monetary base refers to the total liability of the monetary authority of India or monetary authority of our country, that implies central bank. In India, central bank is called RBI, or RBI is called Central Bank of India. Okay, it consists of currency notes, coins in circulation with the public, and vault cash of commercial banks. Now, and also deposits held by the government of India and commercial banks with RBI. I repeat once again. So high powered money is high powered money or monetary base refers to the total liability of the monetary authority of our country that employs central bank. In India, central bank is RBI. It consists of currency notes, okay, coins in circulation with the public, and vault cash of commercial bank, and deposits held by the government of India and commercial banks with RBI. Now next is what is legal tender money? Just now I told you legal tender money. Any the money which is having legal sanction behind it. When sanctioned by RBI, government, everybody has to accept. Nobody has right to reject. It's called legal tender money. Example: currency notes and coins. Now next one, fiat money. What is meant by fiat money? Listen, students. Fiat money derives its value. Fiat money derives its value only because of government order. I mean that's called fiat. F-I-A-T. Fiat money derives its value only because of government order. The currency becomes fiat money. The currency becomes fiat money when the government declares it to be the legal tender. When the government declares it as legal tender. This is not backed by reserves. This is not backed by reserves, but by faith and trust. But by faith and trust. This money does not have intrinsic value. Okay. Example: the real value is not equivalent. The real value of the money is not equivalent to the face value printed on the notes and coins. So that money is called what? Fiat money. Now students, we'll come to know about, or let us discuss the next topic. That's what? Supply of money. What is meant by supply of money? In a single sentence, if you want to understand what is meant by supply money or what is supply of money means, listen. The stock of money held by public at a point of time in an economy. I repeat, the stock of money held by the public at a point of time in an economy is called supply of money. In a simple sentence, or define money supply. What is money supply? Define money supply. The stock of money held by the public at a given point of time in an economy is called supply of money. But in detail we have to study. So listen students. So money supply, supply money or money supply, is a stock of money in circulation. It is a stock of money in circulation in the country at a particular point of time. Yes, money supply is a stock or is stock of money in circulation in the economy at a particular point of time. It includes what money supply includes. It includes the currency with the public. It includes the currency with the public and demand deposits with the bank. I mean, money supply includes the currency with the public and the demand deposits with the commercial banks. It also includes coins and also notes. It also includes coins and notes with the public on a specific day. On a specific day. It may be noted that only net demand deposits. It may be noted that only net demand deposits with the commercial banks are included in money supply. Net demand deposits with the bank are only included in money supply. Interbank deposits are not included. Interbank deposits are not included in the definition of money supply. Now the components of money supply are currency with the public and demand deposits with the bank. These two are the components of money. I mean what? The components of money are what? The money supply or the currency with the public and the demand deposit with the bank. Apart from this one, two more things I want to cover now in this period or in this video, that is, what is bank money? What is bank money? Listen students, what is bank money? Demand deposits created by the commercial banks. Demand deposits which are created by the commercial banks are called bank money. Very simple. Demand deposits created by the commercial banks are called bank money. Another one, what is bank rate? What is bank rate? I repeat, what is bank rate? Bank rate is the rate which the central bank advances long-term loans to commercial banks. I repeat, bank rate is the rate at which the central bank advances long-term loans to the commercial bank. I mean, whenever the Central Bank of India is advancing loans to the commercial banks, okay, that is called what? I mean, the rate at which, I mean, the bank rate is the rate at which, the Central Bank of India is advancing loans to the long-term loans to the commercial banks. Long-term loans to the commercial banks is called bank rate. So students, today we have covered the following topics. In the next video, we will cover some more concepts related to money. Till then, thank you.